Vicinity FM 95.3.
Enjoy. Beautiful Friday morning on Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ikejile Ijesha. It's a cool Friday morning. It's, let's say this is a shower. It's a shower blessing out there. And if you have somewhere to be this morning, I enjoin you, to get at it before it starts to pour heavily. I am Oluwafunke Ijo coming to you on Newspaper Review this Friday morning. It's a beautiful Friday morning out there. It's we're grateful for the blessings of Friday. It's been a journey this week, and we're grateful to have experienced the fifth day in this week. Today is the 23rd of May. May, slow down. Where are you running to? Before you know it will be in June, and that will just be that, of course. That will mark the 6th month in the year. Honestly, it just brings us to understanding that time really, truly does not wait for no man. It's moving, you too get moving. On Newspaper Review this morning, these are the dailies. These are the dailies before me: Daily Independent, The Punch newspaper, The Guardian, Nigerian Tribune, and Daily Trust. On Nigerian Tribune, Dangote Refinery reduces petrol price again by 15 naira. Tinubu seeks NAS approval of 1.48 trillion 2025 Rivers budget. FG files criminal charges against Natasha over assassination allegations. CBN retention of 27.5% NPR. Disappointing but logical, says Nasima chairman. FG to inaugurate textile clusters in Lagos, agro-processing hubs in Kanu. APC adopts Tinubu as sole candidate for 2027. Governors, NAS members endorse him at party's national summit. I am expecting more defections into ruling party. Tinubu. The Patriots National Constitution Summit, Southwest delegates, orders converge. In Lagos, Tinubu inaugurates an NPC board, task members with boosting oil output at Desuyi Astrops. Coronation as Owa Obokun of Land holds today. On Daily Trust, assassination claim: FG files criminal charges against Senator Natasha. Despite 6-time price quotes by Dangote Petrol, cost still high. League of Northern Democrats backs coalition against Tinubu. Tinubu's endorsement. What Nigerians think. 1,593 Nigerians killed in road crashes in 3 months. Buses, trucks, trailers behind fatal road crashes. Nigeria top accidents death chart in Africa. A sad one. Now to the Guardian. Dola Tinubu Cardoso's policies revived investors' confidence. 2027 SDP Adebayo rejects Atiku, may step down for Obi. Akpabio Bello may testify as FG files criminal charges against Natasha. Dangote slashes petrol price as independent marketers undercut price. 2027 opposition kits as Tinubu hails defections, APC endorsement. President submits 1.48 trillion Naira Rivers appropriation bill to Senate. The Patriot Southwest stakeholders demand new constitution through federalism and equity. The facts with me to APC or resign. Governor Eno tells cabinet. Vacate our lands before June, Chief Council tells elders. These are the stories on the Guardian newspaper. And now to Punch. FG directs AMCON to begin shutdown process for Tedola Hills Tinubu Cardoso's reform as first old co regains profitability. 2027 election, APC backs Tinubu. Opposition searches for strong competitor. APC 20 governors declare Tinubu sole candidate for 2027 poll. Amechi Imoke head anti-Tinubu coalition committee. 52,000 Nigerians relocated to the UK in 2024. 13,500 terrorists, others killed in 2 years. NSA. Western oil firms exploited Nigeria's weak laws. U.S. court jails Nigerian for $1 million scam. Southwest governors roll out regional economic master plan. The top stories on the Punch newspaper. This brings me to Daily Independent. Daily Independent court admits DSS DG Uzodinma Tajuddin videos in Nnamdi Kanu's defense. The fact to APC or resign, Governor Eno tells commissioners, orders. PDP orders dead, just empty vessels left behind. Tinubu says he's optimistic of more defections to APC and all the riders. Declares party didn't force anyone to join them. APC governors, NAS leadership endorsed Tinubu for 2027. What we are doing to make Nigeria safer by Ribadu. Tinubu's endorsement sign off on ease within APC. COP. Nigeria now prime investment destination, says Shetima. 2027 Northern Democrats join forces against Tinubu. Tinubu asking NPCL board to consolidate on gains of economic reforms. Its men attack claims 2 soldiers, 2 civilians in Benue. FG files criminal charges against suspended Senator Natasha. Dangote refinery reduces PMS price to 875 naira per litre. And now to the details of these headlines. 2027 election, APC backs Tinubu, opposition searches for strong competitor. The opposition heavyweights are ramping up their strategy to present a competitive candidate as the governing party. The All Progressives Congress on Thursday endorsed President Bola Tinubu's candidacy for his second term in office come 2027. According to findings, the camp of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and Peter Obi Labour Party may meet again soon to iron out the grey areas. These sources say will enable them to come up with an acceptable candidate as soon as possible. This alignment follows an overwhelming endorsement by the National Working Committee of the APC. The 2022 governors elected on the platform of the APC and the National Assembly leadership will pledge to support Tinubu's second term ambition in 2027. Still on the Punch, Delta community costs. Kidnappers. There is palpable tension as the people of Isele Uku community in Anyocha local government area of Delta State have gone spiritual, laying curses on kidnappers and other criminal elements terrorizing the community. There have been reports of kidnapping and killings in Isele Uku and its environs in the first quarter of 2025. As the inner chamber of the palace after a brief meeting with chiefs Omo Eze Dibia and titled elders of the community, traditional ruler of the Isele Uku kingdom. His Royal Majesty Obi Nduka, who emerged at the front view of the palace, expressed disenchantment for the recent happenings that had turned the peaceful community into a fearful one. The story is on the Punch newspaper. Western oil firms exploited weak Nigerian laws. Jonathan, the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, says the Western companies that discovered oil in Nigeria failed to develop the country, blaming this on lack of laws and technical know-how. Unlike in China, Jonathan said the oil companies prefer to outsource and import everything needed in the industry, leaving the host communities with nothing to show for the oil in their domain. Jonathan stated this Wednesday night at the Champions of Nigerian Content Awards dinner organized by the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board in Yenegua, Bayelsa State. The story is on the Punch. Southwest governors roll out regional economic master plan. Governors of the Southwest State and Thursday unveiled the comprehensive 262-page economic blueprint aimed at accelerating regional development and integration through improved infrastructure, security collaboration, and sectoral reforms. The document titled Plan of Action for the Economic Development of the Region, Nigeria, was launched at a high-level meeting held at Secretariat in Agodi, Ibadan. The event was organized by the Association of Retired Heads of Service and Permanent Secretary Southwest in collaboration with the Development Agenda for West Nigerian Commission. Stories on the Punch. Moving away from the Punch this morning. To Nigerian Tribune, eventually Tinubu forwards 1.4 trillion naira Rivers budget to Senate. The President Bola Tinubu has requested the Senate to approve 1.4 trillion naira as the budget of Rivers State for 2025. In a letter he wrote to the Senate on Thursday, he explained that the move was in furtherance of the nullification of the 2025 budget of the state by the Supreme Court. Tinubu also noted that Rivers State, currently under the emergency rule he proclaimed in March this year, became incumbent on the National Assembly to act in the absence of the Rivers State House of Assembly. The Rivers budget, targeted to create 6,000 jobs, focuses on investment in critical sectors including health, education, and agriculture. Thoughtful of the president, because at the time, Siminalayi Fubara still in office, and there's this back and forth with the Supreme Court when he was asked to represent the budget to the 26-member lawmakers in the House. At the time he did, it was just with 4 lawmakers who were pro-Fubara. The rest were pro-Wike, and he didn't feel like he needed to present the budget before them. But when the Supreme Court, demanded that he should return to the House to present the budget, the lawmakers were, just tossing him around. And eventually, I would say it was one of the things that eventually caused the president, to declare a state of emergency in Rivers. So you can't present the 2025 budget. How do you intend, to carry on the affairs of the state without, finance and resources? And now the president has eventually, transmitted the 2025 appropriation bill for Rivers to the Senate for approval, so they know what they're doing. At this point, well, there's been release of funds for local governments, and now the 2025 budget in May, while other states, they've gone past that. But eventually, thankfully, it's here. Again, Dangote Refinery reduces petrol price nationwide. But Nigerians are crying that despite the reduction for the 6th time this year, we are yet to see that play out at our retail stations. Dangote Petroleum Refinery has again announced a fresh reduction in the pump price of premium motor spirits, also known as petrol, across Nigeria, with the new rates now ranging from 875 naira to 905 naira per litre, depending on the region. According to a breakdown of the updated pricing templates, residents in Lagos will now pay 875 naira per litre, while those in the southwest will buy petrol at 885 naira. Prices in the northeast and south-south have been set at 905 naira, while the northwest and north-central regions will pay 895 naira per litre. The adjustment reflects a 15 naira reduction per litre across all regions and applies to partner retail outlets. You mentioned there, and then this comes as even importers are still heavily importing premium motor spirits. Dangote has said it will continue, to stabilize petrol price, given the situation in the international scene. That it will continue to adjust to whatever it's going on out there, not minding if some locals continue to depend on import premium motor spirits, despite there is a local refinery here ready to sell naira naira. You buy in naira, but some importers are bent on buying petrol in dollars, importing into the country. The story is on Nigerian Tribune. 2027, APC adopts Tinubu as sole presidential candidate. The All Progressives Congress has formally adopted President Bola Tinubu as its sole presidential candidate for the 2027 general elections. The decision was announced on Thursday during the APC National Summit held at the State House Banquet Hall, Abuja. The party's national chair, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, made a declaration on behalf of the National Working Committee, saying the party and the only recognized platform to field a candidate in any election has affirmed the endorsement of President Tinubu. APC, you all know how to throw jabs. Which one is the only recognized platform to field our candidates? It's not the only recognized platform. Now we make these comments, and then before you know, people start to react. It's not the only recognized platforms. All the political parties, out there, and they're still very much here and present and functioning. Now, we are sending Tinubu back to Lagos, El-Rufai replied. So with all of the faction and ruling party, being confident that 2027 they're sure to win. Well, I don't think opposition are ready to back down. 2027, we are sending Tinubu back to Lagos. Former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has declared that plans are on the way to unseat President Bola Tinubu and send him back to Lagos in the 2027 presidential election. Speaking at the second edition of the Arewa Tech Fest in Katsina, El-Rufai revealed that a coalition of opposition forces has been formed and actively working to unseat the president. He said they are the organizing team and they're coming up without him. And it's important that the meeting of the coalition is well put together to ensure that President Tinubu goes back to Lagos. This is coming from the former governor of Kaduna State, El-Rufai. Now, FG files criminal charges against Senator Natasha over alleged defamation. The federal government has filed a 3-count criminal charge against the suspended senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Aduan, over statements she allegedly made on national television alleging a plot to assassinate her. One of the charges is linked to the allegations Akpoti-Aduan made during a live broadcast on Channels Television's Politics Today aired on April 3rd. Wherein she accused Senate President Godswill Akpabio and former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello of plotting to assassinate her. And the charge marked on May 16 and cited by newsmen in Abuja. The federal government is the complainant in the case filed before the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, while Senator Natasha Akpoti-Aduan is the sole defendant. The federal government accused the senator of making imputation knowing or having reason to believe that such imputation will harm the reputation of a person, citing the Penal Code law. This story is on Nigerian Tribune. U.S. tax bills passes House set for Senate amid debt concerns. This on foreign sin. The United States Trump tax bill passes House set for Senate amid debt concerns. U.S. President Donald Trump's sweeping tax legislation narrowly passed the House on Thursday morning, marking a key win for the administration despite intense inter-party disagreement. The bill now heads to the Senate, where GOP lawmakers are expected to push for significant revisions ahead of a target vote in August. The legislation is part of a multi-trillion-dollar package aimed at preventing a year-end tax increase, though it comes with a heavy cost, a projected $1 trillion increase to the national debt. These measures also include $4 trillion increase to the U.S. debt ceiling. This story is on Nigerian Tribune. We still on to newspaper review on Vicinity 95.3 FM. Be right back.
Just got excited.
Let's go.
This is
Vicinity FM 95.3. We are your connection to the sound that surrounds you.
and I felt like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I hit music belongs here.
I got the keys to the city. I need that.
This is Vicinity FM 95.3. We are your connection.
Vicinity FM 95.3. We need wild sports.
For
added value. Vicinity 95.3 FM is calling on individuals, public and private establishments to advertise their goods and services on Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ikejile, Ijesha, Osun State. With our wider reach in Osun, Ondo, Ekiti, Oyo, Kwara, and Kogi State, we are set to take your products and services to greater heights. For more information on advert placement and program sponsorship, please call Adeshola on 0810-862-9457. 0810-862-9457. We offer only premium services at Vicinity 95.3 FM.
We need wilder fall. Vicinity FM 95.3.
Enjoy. Glad to know you're still here on Vicinity 95.3 FM newspaper review this morning. This brings me to Daily Trust. Enough of APC, but I think we are not going to get enough yet until 2027 election. Ganduje, PDP members joining APC because their party is gasping for breath. Well, I would not appreciate the comment of Governor Uno Eno saying that because I want to defect to the All Progressives Congress. Every member of my cabinet must defect. And this happened in Delta State where Sheriff Abobere, who is the governor, said everybody must defect. I don't think it should be something you should force on people. People should want to defect for a reason best known to them, not you defecting to the party and asking every member of the cabinet to defect with you. But at this point, it should be a matter of choice. Ganduje, PDP members joining APC because their party is gasping for breath. National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, says the main opposition, People's Democratic Party, is gasping for breath due to the performance of the ruling party. Speaking at the APC National Summit at the Presidential Villa Abuja on Thursday, Ganduje said through the political dexterity of the APC, the ruling party will win the forthcoming Federal Capital Territory election. He said, due to the infighting and defectionating in the PDP, the party is now gasping for breath, and that is why many members of the people of the party are now joining the APC. Still on APC, one party states we didn't force anyone to join APC. President Bola Tinubu, the president, made this known at the party summit, saying his administration is pushing Nigeria towards reacting to those saying his party. His administration is pushing Nigerians towards a one-party system. He said that you cannot blame people for their choice of association. Speaking at the ongoing All Progressives Congress National Summit at the Presidential Villa Abuja, the president said it is only one party that is ruling. And saying for those contemplating bailout of their ship, the country is yours. And for those talking about one party, it is one party ruling and driving the aspiration of Nigeria. And you don't blame people bawling out of a shrinking ship where they have no life jackets. This was a comment made by President Bola Tinubu, now from the tables of the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. He said despite widespread killings, Ribadu says Nigeria better secure under Tinubu. The National Security Advisor says Nigeria is better secure than it was before the Tinubu-led administration came into power. Ribadu noted that while other countries are literally on their knees, Nigeria is standing strong and confronting the enemy, adding that the recent Boko Haram attacks in Borno State was due to the resurgence of jihadist activities in the Sahel region. The NSA stated this at a banquet hall State House Abuja during a one-day All Progressives Congress Summit with the theme Renewed Hope Agenda. The journey so far, we know that there is resurgence in the Sahel region. But if we have, our security well put together, it is something that we won't even have to address in the first place. Why the NSA, said this, we should not play, with people's life with words. We know that security heads and personnel are doing what they can. But we expect more, because this is the life of the Nigerians we're talking about here. We're losing every day. Still on Daily Trust. Road accidents. Nigerians killed in road crashes in 3 months. 1,593 Nigerians killed in road crashes. And this is as a result of... This was made known by the first quarter of the year, according to figures released by the Federal Safety Corps. The data also shows a disturbing rise in both fatalities and injuries, despite a slight drop in the overall number of crashes. The FRSC reported a total of 2,650 road traffic crashes across the country between January and March 2025. This marks a 0.9 decrease from the 2,674 crashes recorded in the same period in 2024. Story is on the Daily Trust. And now to the comment on our Facebook page. From Sargidus Legna says, good morning. Oluwafunke. With APC's endorsement, governor's support, President Tinubu will be on a bumpy ride come 2027. Let us encourage him to improve the lot of Nigerians. APC records seems encouraging. Coalition against Tinubu, who says there are no oppositions, they are just too weak, selfish and uncoordinated. Fuel price. Nigerians are enemies of themselves. That explains why Nigerians are not getting fuel prices at reduced rates at filling stations. Happy weekend. Tell El Rufai that Lagos is home for all. Nigerians and even non-Nigerians, peaceful and accommodating and progressive. Okay, Lagos is home for all because El Rufai, in a statement said they're going to return President Bola Tinubu to Lagos because that's his home. That's home for the president. And the president resides in Lagos, and he said, we send Tinubu back to Lagos. Well, 2027 election will tell. We can all speculate all we can. Until then, when, we head to polls, then we will all know who is the real man, who is ready for the show. And now that there is a countdown, if we don't know, let's know this, that the countdown has begun, and people are really, doing all they can to see that they remain relevant until 2027 general election. I wish, parties, candidates, and people out there who really have the interest of this country at heart the best ahead. This brings me to saying thank you for joining us on Newspaper Review this morning. It's Friday. It's a cool Friday morning right here on the hilltop of Ikejile, Ijesha at Vicinity 95.3 FM. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Thank God it's Friday. Thank goodness it's free. I am Oluwafunke Israel. This Newspaper Review, executive producer, I say Adeshola Salami. This has been made possible, a smooth ride this morning by the technical crew. Do have yourself a great day.
Radio just got excited.
Let's go.
This is
Vicinity FM 95.3.
Vicinity FM 95.3. We lead wild as sports.
For added value, Vicinity 95.3 FM is calling on individuals, public and private establishments to advertise their goods and services on Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ikejile, Ijesha, Osun State. With our wider reach in Osun, Ondo, Ekiti, Oyo, Kwara, and Kogi State, we are set to take your products and services to greater heights. For more information on advert placement and program sponsorship, please call Adeshola on 0810-862-9457. 0810-862-9457. We offer only premium services at Vicinity 95.3 FM.
We need wilder fall. Vicinity FM 95.3. We need wilder fall.
For added value, Vicinity 95.3 FM is calling